The 16 hits. Okay, cool. No more armor. So as you guys bring your horses to a halt, Varric hops off and just takes aim of his rifle out in that direction, shooting past the children. Well, children, quote unquote, child and teenager. And Tandem, you also let loose an arrow in that direction. You dodge, it dodges by one of the scoring cam, but the bullet from Varric's rifle does hit one. To the point that it tumbles and like the impact of it forces it to stumble and then it begins rolling. And then the other one, seeing his companion fall, just sort of stares at his companion's failed attempt at running and begins barking at it in some utter, unknown guttural language. Quote-unquote language. To the point that the other one gets up and begins swinging at his other. So they begin fighting each other.
I'll take that opportunity to move a little closer and shoot again at the one that Varric hit.
15 misses.
Let loose an arrow.
Okay, so you rush forward and then just try to shoot again. Roll again. Just no advantage, no disadvantage, just roll.
Okay.
The wait roll.
I wait by the back of the cart to pull the kids up whenever they get over there.
Yeah, they're sprinting towards you guys because out here is just open plain. That tree line is the only thing that's giving cover.
Let me just check the range on something real quick, because I might do.
Okay.
I think I've noticed them by this point, right?
No, yeah, at this point, when Varric stopped the cart, you figured out what you saw what was going on.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna wait to pull the kids in too.
Okay.
With pulling one at a time or something, or each. Sorry. Pulling one each.
Just grab a kid, put him in the cart.
Pretty much, yeah.
You hit the other one.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Oh yeah, the one that he shot.
He did hit it. Yeah.
So longbow plus maneuvering attack, and a creature that I can see or that can hear me can use the reaction to move, and I would like to give that reaction to the girl who's running.
Friendly creature that you can see. Fair enough. That means that she isn't outrunning her brother. She doesn't leave him.
Fair enough.
Eventually, at the other shot at the arrow that gets hit, they both look at each other and then look at you guys and then bark at one another and then just sort of go back to the tree line. And at this point, the kids are running up to you guys. As you guys are pulling brother and sister in, the boy collapses. He collapses from exhaustion.
I go out and see if I can lift him up onto the cart.
No, he manages to get up onto the cart. It's just that he collapses immediately into... Well, let's find out. One will be Sandra, two will be Wise. He collapses into Wise's arms.
Oh, okay.
Varric, you handle them, I'll handle Styron for a minute. Let's get the fuck out of here.
He hops onto the front part, and then he actually just stands, just as a watchman.
Mm.
The girl is on her last legs out of consciousness herself, but she just mutters to you, Sandra. Thank you. Thank you.
Don't worry about it. And there's
if Sandra's steering, I'll sit up front and knock another arrow. Keep an eye on the tree line.
I'll leave the kiddos with Wise, I suppose. They're just the adopted mother at this point.
Rating is there too.
Yeah. I'm gonna set us to go at a bit of a fast pace.
Yeah, not so whimsical now.
Yeah.
I'll come over to see if they're are they just exhausted or do they have
or they're gonna die
cuts and all that? Yeah.
The cuts on them, I will say that both of them have some flagellation on their back, so as if they've been whipped once. Not with like a cat of nine tails or anything, but just by like an actual like just like Indiana Jones whip.
Yeah.
Other than that, a lot of their front has like tiny cuts and things like that, likely from running through the brush and things like that. But other than that, they don't suffer like any other gaping wounds or anything. But they are exhausted, and from just initial glance, like it's pretty easy to tell if someone's malnourished at a glance, and you can tell that they are. You shouldn't be able to wrap your hands that much around certain parts of the arm of a person.
Mm-hmm.
So like if I go higher on the arm, my arm definitely should be able to reach around certain points, but you can't do that with these people. So you're like, that's bad.
Does someone have a water skin I can borrow?
I've got one. I've also got a blanket I can use for them. If need
I was kind of like clean the wounds, clean them up a little bit.
Okay, go for that.
Rainey's heals them a bit. Heals the flagellation on their back, leaving some scars for them. Eventually, you guys go back to town. It's not that far. But as you guys are coming back into town, Varric just says, "This is not a good sign."
No.
Nothing's ever simple. You guys are back in town, and you guys see just one of the guards. He's just sort of the gate guard. Has a rifle. He sees you guys and like holds up like a hey, what's up? Hand wave. Like that new How to Train Your Dragon meme was showing up around you. It's like, hey. And then Varric just tells him like, we need a medic. And the guy raises an eye and just looks at the rest of you, and he just goes, you guys don't see him injured. And then he sees the kids. Oh. Yeah. Get back to your HQ. I'll send someone over right now. You guys right through. Simple as that. Nothing too hard. It was something to note that before you guys couldn't ride a cart or a horse through the town. Now you can. So that's something of how to say exception. And you guys go back to Expeditionary HQ. Yay! So, you guys, well, let me describe it to you like this. The Expeditionary HQ is something like an X, but it's not like a perfect X. It's sort of like crunched a bit, as if it's been compressed a bit. So it's sort of like an X-wing from like Star Wars, you know? Sort of like that shape. I'm not a nerd, not at all. And you guys, the reception area forms a center circle area, and then 4 different wings extend out from it. You guys immediately go to the center area. Do you guys leave the kids in the car, or do you take them in?
I'm going to take them in. Don't want to leave them there.
My,
I mean, are they conscious? Because if not, I'll just stay in the cart with them.
They are... The boy is not conscious, the girl is sort of fading in. And...
I'll leave my chest and soaked Gambeson in the cart, go in, see if we can get some help.
Just bring them, bring help out.
Stay here.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting some new music.
What's the weather like? It's 10?
It's still sunny. It's not even evening yet.
Is it hot? Is it cold? Summer, winter?
It's the middle of summer right now.
All right,
and you're on the coastline. So you have a gentle ocean breeze giving you some reprieve from the heat.
All right, cool. I was wondering if Tannen was freezing his chest off or something.
No, you're fine.
Good.
Well, actually, how are the kids doing though, like temperature-wise though? Are they good?
Temperature-wise, they both have a fever.
Okay.
Of an extreme sort. But, well, nothing to be done for that. Let me just, no. I can type repeat, I swear. So, yeah. You guys you guys leave the kids outside, and some of you stay with them. Who goes inside?
Tannen's going in.
Same.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you there? You're staying inside. So some of you said you're staying behind. Varric will go inside.
I said I was going.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know if you heard me say same or stay.
No, I heard you.
Okay.
So yeah, So Tandem, Sandra, and Varric are going inside. Rainey's and Minius are going to stay outside. So 4 and 3. It's a pretty general hustle and bustle here. A lot of expedition here, just sort of just chilling, hoping that they'll get an assignment at some point. And you guys do see Charlotte sort of sitting at the center reception area in her own little compartmentalized away from all the other receptionist area, sort of its own elevated position, literally. And you guys just immediately go to her. She's the one you're most familiar with, and she's probably the one that knows best, so why not? You guys go up to Charlotte, and she is just writing something, and she sees you guys and gets a warm smile on her face. Welcome back. What is wrong?
We need a medic outside. This 2 children.
2 children. She the receptionist to her left and right are also hearing this, and she points at one of them, the guy to the right. You heard them. Go. He stands up, gives a quick salute, and just sprints off to one of the other wings. Where are they?
In the cart outside.
Let me see them.
With 180 and make for the cart.
All right, so you guys go back outside. This is causing a bit of a scene, a bit of a commotion, a bit of curiosity from those that are present and watching. Charlotte suddenly getting worried, which is not a common expression on her, and leaving is something to note. You guys bring her outside to the 2 kids, to teenager and younger brother.
As we step through the door, I'll just say Skornken was chasing them out of the forest.
Skornken? Out of the forest? That is...
It was pretty nearby, not far.
I'd say 15 minutes away from the town gates. She gets like a more concerned look on her face, and then that concerned look becomes focused and even stronger as she looks at the 2 kids. She opens her mouth to say something and stops. These children are not of this town. Some silence sort of lingers there. Maybe it's a bit lost on you second waivers. I don't know. Up to you guys.
What does that mean?
It means that there are still people alive inland. And she grabs very gently, grabs the younger boy's head and sort of tilts it, and just sort of like examines him. And they bear no mark of traitors. So you're telling me that there's people still alive inland. That's... What is the word they're going to use there? Veric? Impossible? Maybe. It is, indeed. And that will be something we will have to discuss with your cousin. And it's at this point, the one receptionist guy sprints out, and he has like this... to call him a medic is a bit of a misnomer. He's more akin to like a battle mage. But he does have a sort of holy symbol dangling off his wrist, and like just a sort of loops and bands. And then the 2 of them begin like talking to each other, like, you know, pick up the boy, I'll take the girl, and then they just bring them up very gently and bring them in. Gods above.
It is never easy to see children suffer.
How old did the girl look?
Probably like 13, 14.
Okay.
And the boy's probably like 8. Maybe. It's hard to tell if people have stunted growth, how old they are. There's much to be done now. She shakes herself, like sort of like reaffirms her own, like sort of anchors herself. Come. There's much to discuss. She sort of begins walking back inside.
follow.
Yeah.
You guys go through some familiar steps. You guys go to a similar direction as that original council room, as you guys might have put it before. But you take a different turn at some point. And you're sort of instead brought to a lounge. And judging from the people dressed here, this is an officer's lounge. You do see some officers that you saw at your council meeting, some people that you don't recognize. You see Lena there as well. And like as soon as Charlotte opens the doors to let you guys in, everyone just turns to look at who came in. And Charlotte just ushers you guys inside and closes the door behind you guys. And just locks it. And she stands at attention at it. Is there something wrong? Varric takes a step to the side and lets you guys talk. I would allow just we regurgitate what happened. There's no point in like
Yeah.
repeating.
Tannen will probably take a piece of paper from his stuff and start drawing a map of the complex.
Of the place that you're just in.
Yeah.
All right. So Charlotte does procure her own paper somewhere and begin detailing out the report. You guys lay it out. You guys' investigation. When you discuss the rings that you guys found from the shipwreck, one of the officers, she looks familiar, middle-aged, sort of holy tabard with holy iconography on it, just simply asks, do you still have the rings?
Yeah, they're right here,
Take
and
the
I'll
rings. Oh, okay.
fish them out. Yeah, I have them.
She holds out her hands. Might I?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Hand them to her.
She holds out both her hands in this cup motion. You set them down, and she just sort of gently curls her hands over one another, and sort of just keeps them there then for the rest of the talk. You guys talk about just everything. When the realization is that it's a traitor that made that base, a lot of officers get a sour, dour look on their face. You guys eventually get to the point where you guys just leave. Like you guys feel having fully explored the place, leave and went back to Aben. And Lena's like, interesting. Well, I suppose the threat has solved itself, so... And then Vera goes, wait, cousin. There's more. Go on. Then you guys elaborate on your guys' what was supposed to be a calm and simple trip back to town, having finished your mission, now resulted in seeing two pursued children. And that... I know, Tango, it's really bad. And that, in and of itself, brings looks of confusion, concern. You hear some blades like just get tapped out slightly of their sheath just out of instinct. Some rifles get clicked. Hear a bow or an arrow get pulled from a quiver just out of instinct. A lot of hostile responses when you guys deliver this last statement. Not against you, but just from the emotion that the imagery provokes. And then they showed up here. This is problematic. You can say that again. Officers, if we might have the room. Like basically all of them stand up, do a salute, and then trickle their way out. Until it's just you guys, Charlotte, Lena, and then two other officers that stay behind. These were the two that probably did the most talking to you guys during the council. You guys have had a lengthy mission, to be sure. She gestures like a table, which has like food and drinks and stuff on it. Would you guys like something to refresh yourselves with?
With gratitude.
Oh,
Don't be shy.
Oh, yes. Okay, sorry. I'll grab one.
Yeah. Snacks, drinks, mostly just water or fruited water, stuff like that. No.
The fuck was that?
That's what Santa's doing. He's nom 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 nom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nom.
Cookie
Nom, nom,
Monster.
nom, nom, nom.
Yeah, Cookie Monster style.
Cool.
You guys just sort of just sort of chilling, reflecting on everything that's happened to you today, basically. It's been a roller coaster, to be sure. And the three officers are just whispering to each other. Well, I say whispering. They're not really attempting to keep it super quiet, so if you guys wanted to hear them at any point in time, you guys could just decide to listen.
Alright, I'm gonna listen in.
Okay. I won't give you an entire conversation. Some thematic stretch of it. I don't personally think... There's no way. Really? You of all people saying there's no way? One person is something. 2 children? An entire village? There's no way. Mm-hmm. Regardless of if there is or is not a way, we have 2 children here from a place that isn't a trader's town. We need to find out. I'm for it personally, but I just don't think we'll find much.
It is wise to dig the well before you are thirsty.
They both all 3 of them turn to look at you. I like him. Davis? Yes, ma'am. Ready your farseers for a trip out. Yes, ma'am. What about me? I don't know yet. There's a lot to think about. Fair enough. In the meantime, Atlanta comes over to all of you. What are your guys' thoughts on going inland?
I guess?
Sure, but
Do you
to
want
what
us to go?
purpose?
I don't want to send anyone inland, but we may have to.
Well then, sure.
Good ethic. We have much to think over. She looks off in the distance, out the window. We'll have someone collect you guys when the time comes, but for now, just enjoy the rest of the day. Recover. Things are going to be, well, consider this the calm before the storm, and enjoy it.
Alright.
If this means what I think it means.
Okay.
If there are things that we could aid with in terms of preparation, do not hesitate to ask.
This is very... I don't have anything in mind as of right now. If anything... She just pinches the bridge of her nose. No. I think we're fine for now.
Okay. Well. Shall we go then?
What shall we do with the curiosities we found?
Oh, yeah.
Hang on to them.
Alright. You don't want someone to look into them a bit more, or?
If you all want to pursue on your own effort the details to them, you can go to the R&D department.
Okay.
We have many people there that could certainly help.
R and
Where
D.
is this R and D?
Vera can show you. It's just
Okay.
one of the other wings.
Okay. Alright, is there anything else?
They all look to each other, and then Lena and the now named Davis looks to the third individual, sort of well-dressed nobleman sort of guy, looking guy. He does have a revolver, to be noted.
Alright.
They both just look at him, and he looks at you guys. Is there anything you guys need?
A place
Questions?
a place to stay if possible.
Mm.
Is there a local perhaps that might rent us a room?
They both, Lena and Davis, look at the third individual. He looks back at them, like, hesitantly. Not like you got anyone staying with you. And what about any gestures to Lena, and you just hear click? Never mind. You guys can stay with me in my manor of sorts.
If it is all right with you, I prefer to pay my way.
We'll be seeing about that. Oh, I didn't introduce myself, and he does a bow. I'm Ian. You all know Lena, and this is Davis.
What did you say, Crash? Ian?
His name's Ian. I-A-N. Ian.
That's the wrong fucking thing. There we go.
Well met, Ian. My name is Tanem Zahiri.
Pleasure to meet you.
Mm.
I'll wait downstairs at the reception area. And then I can take you guys over to my place and get some keys sorted.
Ooh, okay.
I do have rules for my household, so I expect you to respect them.
Absolutely.
He goes to the door, unlocks it, and he gestures you guys to be on your way out. Go on then.
Grab one final fruit from the table and head out.
Oh yeah, good point actually.
Is it a mango?
If there is a mango, I'm certainly taking a mango.
There are mangoes.
Yeah, I grab a mango.
No,
May I ask where the children are being kept?
Charlotte answers that. They're likely in the wing, the medical wing.
Okay.
They'll be taken care of.
If you guys don't mind, I still feel like I should check in. I mean, I'd want someone there if I was in their place.
It is kind-hearted of you, Samuel.
Noble,
Mm.
Davis remarks.
And also, Varric, that was a very fine shot. The way it tumbled.
He shakes his head. Only wish I hit his head.
You and I both.
Yeah, maybe we'll go to the range sometime.
I would like that. Sounds fun.
I'd like to tag along on that one.
Well, maybe later today. We'll be going now, because I'll be seeing you later, Varric. I doubt that after this news. One can hope.
She did not specify when later. Later is always later.
Fair enough. You guys begin walking out, and Ian follows behind you guys. Ian and Charlotte.
I assure you, Ian, I am usually more dressed than right now. My gambeson was soaked from the seawater. It is drying on the cart.
Oh, I forgot you were half naked.
Yes, I assumed such. I assumed. From what I heard from your report, I assumed.
Oh, too funny. Okay.
I assure you that attire and things like that are no concern of mine. I've left that a long time ago. He points to the opposite side of the sort of circle. That's likely where the children are being kept. And then he throws a thumb over his shoulder to the passageway down your left, and that leads to the R&D department. I'll be downstairs in the reception hall whenever you guys are finished.
Alright.
We should probably check in on the children first.
Yeah. I think so too.
Random question that has nothing to do with the current situation. I don't remember about our clothes and all that. When were those done, or are we still waiting for those to be done? I can't remember.
Oh, I think Abigail said to come pick them up at sundown.
Okay.
So you guys still have a couple hours until sundown.
Uh-huh.
More than a couple, actually. It's summer, so probably a few hours.
Okay.
Alright, cool.
Sure,
You actually bring that up, Samuel, and then Barrick's like, "Oh shit." Did you forget, Barrick?
You can't. Come on, you can't leave your crush waiting. That's just bad manners.
Shut up. Yeah, just so
Somebody's
continue that,
dead.
Tim.
Yeah.
I personally beg
Somebody's
to
dead.
differ. I beg to differ. But,
Aye.
differing. Go. Check on the kids.
Alright, let's go.
Distance and time makes a heart grow very fond.
What?
And the occasional almost death.
All of those are quite true statements. But
Time plus distance equals speed?
It's not a literal equation. Let's go to the R&D thing.
I think we're going to the kids first.
Oh, the kids. Sorry.
I'm at least going to the kids.
Yeah, I'm
I don't
tagging along.
Yeah, I'll come to.
Okay.
Might as well.
So you guys go check on the kids. The sort of medical ward.
Mm.
There's not much, or not. There's a lot in here, but there's not many in here. In fact, as you guys there's probably only probably 3 other people other than the children. As you guys pass each room and room by room, you see, you actually recognize him, Tanem. You see the blacksmith assistant that you first talked to when you got here for the expeditionaries smithy, and you're like, oh, that's where he went. You guys pass by a couple more rooms, and then you see that the boy and girl are situated in the same room. The receptionist is no longer there, but the battle mage, the battle cleric, the literal battle cleric, is there.
Mm. Are they still unconscious?
They're still unconscious, yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's set inside the room a bunch of food and drink for whenever they need it, as well as a couple of potions here and there. And then as you guys are coming in, the battle cleric's reading from a book, out loud. And she will watch over us, for she loves us, as she loves all. For better or worse, she will love us to our ends, and then past. Do not find her wanting. Do not jump to her so quickly. Sweet children. Stay here so you might yourselves grow up and old, and know love. And then he closes the book, and he sees you, and he turns around. Hello. I believe you're the ones that brought them in, yes?
Yeah.
Nod.
Yep.
Let's talk outside. Give him some quiet and some rest. Yes. So, exit into the hallway, and you close the door behind you guys. It's a glass paneled door, so you guys can still see inside. You guys are lucky to find them when you did. They're on their last legs. So I've been told.
Mm. How are they doing now?
Unconscious. The doctors are concerned that the wounds on their back might get infected and hurry them to goddess of Philosor. I pray that doesn't happen. But at the end of the day, it is the gods' will, if they do.
Alright.
They've been treated, the gashes on their backs have been treated to the best of the doctor's abilities. And, well, we've been trying to subtly give them food and drink, but it'd be much better if they were conscious to do it themselves. Or at least be awake enough to open their mouths.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that,
yeah.
other than that, simply pray for them, for they will need it.
Alright. Any idea when they'll wake up?
I believe one of the nurses said something along the lines of a few hours. Likely towards night.
Okay. Can we come back?
You can certainly free to visit. I'll be here the whole night. I'll be keeping...
Alright.
And he sort of sees Samuel go and grab a chair. He goes over to you, Samuel, and puts a hand on your shoulder. I'll be here the whole night. And longer. I'll be keeping a watchful vigil over them. Don't worry.
You and me both.
I'll be sure to prepare some things for you.
Thank you.
Shall
Your
we
whole-
send for
You're a
you,
religious
Samuel?
person. My apologies, I did not mean to interrupt. Go on.
Forgive me as well. Samuel, do you wish us to send for you later?
No. I think I'm going to stay here.
Very well. We will come find you when it is time.
Okay.
I'll be coming back later on, tomorrow or something, so you're not back by then.
Do you guys depart? Leaving Samuel?
Yeah, okay.
It looks like he needs a moment.
As you guys are departing, you do hear the Korak ask Samuel's question. Son, are you a believer? Then we cut to... As for how Samuel answers that, you and me, Bradley, will talk.
Ooh.
Talk sometime between now and next time.
Alright.
Type it, voice it, something like that.
Mm.
The rest of you depart from the medical ward. Medical wing, rather. Bit of a more somber note. But you're comforted slightly. A little flicker of hope in there is that they're alive. And ideally, they're going to get better.
Well,
You just sort of stand out there, just sort of reeling a bit. So, want to check out the R&D department?
yeah, let's go.
Might be able to find out more about that stuff.
Yep. Alright. Oh, wait. Oh, no, we're good, we're good. Okay, go.
Are you okay, Varric? I sense a weight in your voice.
Me and Scorn can, well, it's a long story.
I understand. We shall trade stories later. Let me tell you about how I wrestled vultures of a client once.
Really? Did you actually?
Yes, after I fought
my
off hyenas.
You live a hell of a life. Oh,
What is a hyena?
it's like a dog.
Think of it as a very large, angry dog that will eat even bones, and it laughs.
It laughs. Okay.
Like, have you ever fought a knoll?
No, I don't. No.
Have you ever been outside besides when you've been around us?
So this is the first time I've actually left the city that I was born in. So
That explains so much.
There's a lot. But
Yes.
Tatum, I'll do one better. We got something of a bard's college here in town. I'll take you guys there. They got plenty of stories
Okay.
plenty of stories, songs. Some of which I really do appreciate, some of which I don't. But hey, what do I know? I'm no bard. Let's take you guys there later. Or hell, I might even run into one at Wayfarer's Fork if we go there.
Sounds fun.
But yeah, let's go check out the R&D department.
Nope, that's the wrong button.
You guys walk across the sort of upper catwalk area, back across, and are sent into the peculiar noise, peculiar circumstance, the R&D department. And now I would change the music to go along with the resulting weirdness of the R&D department.
Just to so I get the mental image in my head here. Who's with us? NPC wise, is it just Varric?
Just Varric. Ian's waiting downstairs.
Gotcha.
Just play, and then that. Eat all, and then yeah. So you guys go into the R&D department. Inside it, as of right now, are probably a couple dozen, maybe 3 dozen or so different sort of inventors, innovators, tinkerers, and things of the sort. You guys, essentially on the sort of upper catwalk, this is sort of where different experiments are held. They keep certain more, how to say, dangerous experiments up top, where it won't, destroy a foundation pillar down below. So you guys sort of walk into this sort of Tinkerer's Winter Wonderland, minus the winter. A true and proper workshop. And then Varric just sort of gives an eye of the place. This brings back memories. I used to be one of the lab assistants here.
Oh, really?
I tested stuff, and well, look who... Fuck. You see this woman, short cut hair, like super short, sort of like almost like sideswept hair, or like a pixie cut.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably like, I don't know, 5'6", very tan skin. Reminds you a bit of someone from the exchange, a bit tan. So someone that's accustomed to outside work, harsh sunlight, stuff like that. She is wearing like just sort of a full protective gear to the best of relative ability. It's not like she's wearing like plate armor or anything, but she's wearing like sort of like a blacksmith smock that extends out to the other parts of the body, as well as sort of layers over it.
I subconsciously greet her in Frajaran before I catch myself and switch to common.
She says hello in Frajaran. She says hello to you in Frajaran, and then hello. And welcome back, Varric. I was wondering when you'd be stopping by. Varric just gets sort of awkward, circumstance. Voids been meaning to come back, Anastasia. Right, Anna. And you all must be his new expeditionary team.
Oh, new? Wow.
Well, he's only had one, so new enough, right? We're here to talk to you for some stuff. Well, you came to the right place. Actually, I think you guys were supposed to come here some other time to talk to Mr. Heretic.
Huh?
Oh, you didn't know? No, it's the first we heard. Well, let me tell you. The thing you found and gave us was... And speak of the void worshipping asshole, there he is. like walking, like stomping like up to you guys behind her. And what do you think you're talking about? My field of expertise, which is unfortunately you at this point. Like you have any expertise? More than you, that's for certain. He finally comes up to you guys and he just gives you all this sort of very judgmental look. And you can tell from the look in his eyes, you guys just received a close enough appraisal score. And you must be the ones that gave this, and he holds up the stone claw to us.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, it's not an answer. Is it yes or no?
That be us, hi.
Uh-huh. Well, then you should come down to my corner. Shit, corner. What was that? Nothing. Nothing at all. My space, and we can discuss this. After they're done talking with me. How about before? If they talk with you, you'll drive them mad with all the nonsense.
You could toss a coin.
You shouldn't listen to him. He's a heretic. A heretic I might be, at least I have some sense. Psh, can't have sense if you're a heretic. That's hypocritical.
I believe Anastasia was here before. First come, first serve, no.
Right.
The man gets a frown. Fine.
Well, snooze, you lose. Right.
When you want to talk results, come find me in the corner. Bye-bye. She rolls her eyes. He's a mean guy, but he surprisingly means well at times, Darren. So, you guys have items for me, some cool stuff, and I might have something cool for you.
Ooh.
Come
on.
Very well.
All right, follow me. And she walks off to another part of the sort of upper platform area, sort of upper catwalk scaffolding. She basically has an entire like little. It's like going to like a research lab in like a university, except like there are no walls, and it's in space. And sitting sort of in the middle of it is Tango, stop playing with my keys, buddy. Dangerous. Anyways, sitting in the middle largest table is like a contraption that's sort of dangling from the ceiling. It's sort of like welding implements, or soldering implements that sort of are dangling from the ceiling. And she has like a bunch of bullets as well as little rune, like little stone flat, sort of like a river stone, basically. Like, you know, those stones you find at the bottom of a river that's like super smooth and stuff like that. And those are also colored with rune and stuff like that. So, I'll talk to you guys about this, and she points out all this crap on the center table in a bit. What do you guys got?
I take out the basilisk guy.
Okay, I like that, but I don't know what that is.
It is the eye of a basilisk.
Gross.
Ooh.
It's still in the container.
I'm gonna cover it with my hand. That's just.
Yeah, you're just sort of censoring it for yourself.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that's not something in my field of expertise, and I think the guy stepped out for the day, so I'll let him know. Things of a more biological nature or mythological nature. My field, I am more of a. She gestures to the items over there. Sigildry, artificery, tinkering, stuff like that.
Fascinating. Will this be of
general
any
stuff,
use?
student?
I'm gonna pull out the skull and just like, can you do something with this?
She's still looking at the eye. I think we might be able to work something out for that. It depends on what you're trying to go for. We don't usually get so many unique items, specialty items, flowing in here that much these days. They sort of, well, expeditions out sort of trickled away years ago, but with all you second waivers now, and I hear expeditions are going to be on the upswing. Well. She adjusted to the entire wing, like open air wing behind her. I think we're gonna have plenty of work to do.
It is. It was my thinking. Perhaps this might provide a relief if there are more basilisks.
Oh, a curing sort. I might have to send that over to the medical wing. The alchemist there would probably know more.
I hand it over to her.
Thank you. Now, that she points at the skull that you pulled out, she's like, that screams Scornkin to me, and that's not a good sign. But let me take a look at it.
Alright. Pass it over.
She goes over to like a drawer on one of the desks and opens it up, and you see like inside is sort of like a lot of padding and cushioning, and she pulls out this apparatus that she sort of, it's sort of like a Jaws eyepiece. Except instead of having like multiple like little lenses to like magnify further and further, they're all just different colors, and you see that they all have different runes, different sigildry carved into the glass of it.
Oh, cool.
So she's just, she holds it like Shakespeare style, like Hamlet just holds it up, and just changes from lens to lens. Interesting. Yep, definitely Scornkin. She sets it back down on the table between you both, between group and her.
That is a very fascinating tool you have got.
Made it myself. She has a wide smile at it.
I dig out my my own jewelry tools. It's similar to this, but more sophisticated.
Those are meant for gems. This is meant for magic.
Indeed. I'll put it back.
And she clicks a lens at that. But anyways, that Scornkin skull, that there is a trophy piece of some sort. If I remember correctly, one of the tribes, one of the clans out there, well, they summon, what's the term that I got told? Astral animals? So animals sort of made of energy. Short-lived. Big ghost animals.
Yeah, big ghosty horse. Alright, cool.
Yep, that'll probably give you a nice war steed. Careful that you don't let them get it back. That's a trophy piece, so if you find members of that clan that that's from, they're gonna want that back, and they're gonna be hunting whoever charges in.
Alright, somebody else wants it.
Doesn't matter. You don't want a headhunter trophy on you?
No, I'm not. Come on, Very.
I'll take the horse. I'll take the horse if you don't want it.
Okay, you take it. You take
Okay,
it,
thank
please.
He gives you a nudge. Bear gives you a nudge, Sandra. I trust you way more of it.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but I. I take the skull and shove it back.
You, me, Rainiers, or Tandem, one or the other.
Honestly. They can shoot weird magic-y shit. They got that. Anyways.
Imagine shooting from on top of that horse, though.
It'd be cool. Oh, wait. The magic could work against itself.
He shrugs.
Eh.
What do you guys bring out next?
The cool AF marble. Wait,
Sure.
Does Samuel have that one?
I assume that anyone that had magical...
What? Do I have what now?
The
Did you
cool
have
marble.
the cool AF marble? The sick AF marble, my bad? Or did you hand it over?
I don't have any of it.
You have it anyway, gotcha.
I don't think.
Didn't Tannum have the marble?
One of us has the marble.
I held up my sword and said, "Did you say magic sword?" And we never said if one way or the other.
We'll assume you have it, and as for the pocket is, I'm not sure if Aminius would have given it to you guys to examine that thing.
Yeah.
So we'll say for the time being the pocket ace is on the hush hush, as they say.
Yeah, that's probably my bad. I meant to, I assumed that I gave it to someone.
No, that's fine, I think we're all just sort of caught up on sick loot. So you guys hand over the gem, the sick AF marble. And she just goes, ooh. And she pushes a button on the side, and then all the lenses just lock, making this like long tunnel of multicolored lenses. And you see that when they all sort of stack on top of each other, the last glass piece is just a normal glass piece. It actually begins glowing white. Ooh. Where did you get this? I don't even know what this is!
In an underground lair in which we found Scornkin that were part stone, part living in, there was also a basilisk.
And like invisible ones as well.
We should start getting some basilisks and Scornkin then if they can make that. I don't even know what this is! Oh my goodness. Hold on. And she pushes the button again, and all the lenses just go back up, and she gently places it in this sort of incubator-looking apparatus, which is it's sort of like It's like two 6-prong or hexagonal prong fork structures, but they all have crystals at the end. And in the center is just a simple little pole that holds up stuff, and she puts it on top of that, and then she begins tapping some buttons on the side of it, and then the things close. The little prong, the little forks close, interlocking amidst one another, so they don't ever touch, and then they just begin spinning as one. I just need to check.
I take a few steps back.
Barrett does the same thing.
I lean a little closer, fascinated by the whole.
Yeah, I'm gonna casually just stand behind that.
Fair enough. You see that there's actually something of a display almost. This sort of crystal piece that is sort of wired into this apparatus, and then it changes. It goes from a very it's just dull, absolutely dull, but it is transparent, and then it becomes cloudy, like fog with white, and then the white fog changes to red, then to orange, then yellow, then green, just basically all the way up to the rainbow until it starts again glowing, absolutely glowing. This giant, freaking flare almost, purple, and then it. And she gets a wider smile at that. Gods above. Now that's interesting. And she takes out that crystal piece and slaps in another one, and cracks, or sort of snaps it in place. All right, well that's another crystal broken, and that's another pour back to logistics. And then at this point, when the crystal exploded, it stops spinning, and it opens up. She hands it back to you, Tandem. I don't know what that thing is. I can tell you it will upgrade something. Anything, maybe, if it can be. In fact, there's probably a lot of stuff in here that I can't get used on.
I pull up my flaming sword. Something like this?
Definitely. Do you want me to do it?
I turn to the others.
Do you think you'd be able to figure out how to replicate it if you had time?
Oh no. Something like that I've never seen before. And I've been around. I've been to the Exchange, I've been to the Dawn Peninsula, Wood Elf Lands, High Elf Lands, the whole shebang. I've been around all of it. I've never seen anything like that. That is otherworld. That might be God's blessed material right there. Or felt, take that over to Darren when you go to his little shit corner. He might know a bit more than me on that. Because I'm not a heretic.
Sheathe my blade. I am a jewel crafter as well. I noticed the thing broke. Would you like me to take a look?
Oh, no. It's not broke. This baby, and she goes over to the contraption above the center table, sort of just dangles there. This baby, and she sort of almost sensually drags her hand across.
This lady's weird.
You get used to it.
Are you sure?
I hope so. That someday I'll get used to it. I'm getting tired of it.
Yes,
Just keep lying to herself till it's true.
She's just going on. Adamantine chassis, double redundant internal sigildry, and a gemstone imbued with enough magical energy, which I heard has been sitting at the bottom of a ley line linked pond for 3 centuries. Or so I hear.
Right.
None of you understood a thing she just said.
No.
Except pond and centuries and 3.
Gemstone. Gemstone?
Gemstone too. And the word "and." Yeah, stuff like she said something that sounded pretty impressive.
Like, looking at there's in the Xanathars, you could determine the the history and origin of a gem somehow, I believe, with the jeweler's kit.
Don't recall, because I don't read the tool section of Xanathars, because I just avoid that stuff. Maybe. I don't know. It's not honestly like even a gem. It looks more like a crystal.
All right.
It's not like a diamond or anything.
Fair enough.
It glows a really nice white light. So that's cool.
My eyes!
That is a very fascinating crystal.
I certainly think so. Anyways, so I have a prototype that, since you guys are apparently the new lead expeditionary team, I figured you guys might be interested. Wait a second, when did we become the lead expeditionary team?
Shh, free things.
Yeah, I'm just gonna elbow.
That is like covers up.
An elbow.
I'm just gonna get an elbow right in the side there.
It does. It might explode on us. Explode is exactly what it does.
You have explosive things! That's what saved our life earlier.
They're my explosives. I don't trust her explosives. Oh, Varric. That's really mean considering I'm the one that taught you how to make those explosives. Whatever. Listen, there should be more or less contained. More or less. Close enough. So, I haven't figured out what the P stands for yet. But I was gonna call them... I was gonna... Not like that. Not like that. So, I was gonna call them snaps. Snaps, and then she points at those little river rock, little stones, and then snap rounds, and she points at the bullets. So, something along the lines of a sympathetic network assault, and I haven't figured out what the letter P will stand for yet. I'll figure it out at some point though, because I'm keeping snap because
it's a really good name.
These will be called snaps, and she points at the rocks, and these will be called snapshots, and that is awesome.
It's a really good name. Just really need the P. Man, that sentence sounds really bad.
I know. I wasn't gonna say anything, but that sounded really funny. Anyways, though.
You've definitely said worse than that, probably. Having
Oh,
admitted
totally.
this
Oh, totally. So, actually, come down to the test. Come down to the test.
shit. Sorry, Fred posted up perfect.
No.
Anyways. Sorry, continue.
Actually, she grabs one. We could actually... She, like, gets a wide, Faye-like smile, and then her eyes go over to Varric, and he takes a step back out of instinct.
I start taking out,
Varric.
like, the few rounds of my pistol.
He shoves you forward. You got yourself a volunteer. Perfect. Here, take a couple of these rounds. She holds out just two.
Okay, I do so.
Now, come on down. Let's go to the test range downstairs.
Sandra's oddly excited. Like, she definitely has a smile on her face.
Yeah. Gotta get ready to... Luckily, Samuel's not here, which you planned perfectly, by the way, Samuel. So, or rather, 10 times 10.
Right.
Feel free. Don't let us keep you if you have to go, Bradley.
I'll send you the recording later.
We will have the recording later.